Good morning. Happy New Year. Thank you. I'm Reverend Kathy. Welcome to Unity North Spiritual Center here in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. We welcome you in person and we welcome those of you with us on Zoom as well. So we are an inclusive community. We welcome and accept all people. So whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual path, you're welcome at Unity North. And we're glad you're with us today. We're also part of a greater worldwide unity movement. We are the publishers of the Daily Word magazine, and we've been holding 135 years of prayer vigil through Silent Unity, the prayer ministry of the unity movement. So prayer is the heart and soul of unity. And every week after service, we have a prayer chaplain available to pray with you. Okay, that's Wendy. She's on her way, and she'll be here, and her number will show up on the chat and during announcements. And if you're here in person, you can invite her to pray with you. If you're online or in person too, and you prefer to call her, just give her a call and leave your number. She'll call you back if you don't reach her for, say, an hour or so after service. So we're always grateful to our prayer chaplains. And I want to also acknowledge our production team today. We have Brandy and Martha. They're waving and smiling. All right. And we have Nola Bean as our worship assistant. And we're always delighted to have with us Claire Vandekromert as our musician today. And with that, I invite you to speak our vision and mission with me. There it is. Our vision, centered in prayer, we create for all a world of love, harmony, and abundance. And our mission is celebrating spirit, exploring truths, awakening hearts, inspiring dreams, serving community. And just note the values at the bottom of the screen. Those are our core foundational beliefs here at Unity North. And with that, I invite you to stand for our opening song.
Changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts have the power to change my life. If you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light, so much more than meets the eye. I'm keeping this in mind. Changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought have the power to change my life. If you ask me what am I am stillness, I am joy, so much more than meets the eye. I'm keeping this in mind. Who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I can choose to be the light, brighten up the darkest night, so much more than meets the eye. I'm keeping this in mind. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. We have the power to change our life.
morning. I'm Noel Levine. I'll be the worship assistant today. For everybody, this is the time in the service when we welcome everybody. So first of all, I welcome people that haven't been here in a while. It's good to see you, and also people that I haven't seen here before. If it's your first time, I hope that you'll enjoy it. Also, if you have any questions, you can either ask myself or Reverend Kathy or one of the ushers, anybody here that's you see. And also, if you're on Zoom and it's your first time, please put a message in the chat box that goes directly to the office. It's be held confidential, any questions you might have or comments. So we welcome you again, and it's a delight to have you with us today. Why don't you turn around and wave at each other, and also wave at the camera in front, I think is the one that everybody's on Zoom can see. Yeah. All right. So at this time, we take a moment for prayer requests. Let us take a breath or two to further center ourselves. As you breathe in love, light, peace, calmness, joy. And as you breathe out, release stress, worry, and fear. Instead of saying our requests aloud, we invite you to speak a name or prayer, request silently in the sanctuary or aloud in the privacy of your home, and hold these requests in silence. We give thanks in advance for answered prayers, and we thank the divine compassionate Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Please stay centered for the daily word. The daily word for Sunday, January 4th, is prosperity. I rise above material concerns as I claim my prosperity. No matter the shifting fortunes of the world or my life, I can still live prosperously. When I feel troubled by my circumstances, I have the power to shift my consciousness and align with spiritual truth. Realizing I am heir to the world's abundance fills me with gratitude. God is limitless. There is no lack in God. As Jesus taught in the 12th chapter of Luke, it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. I meditate on this scripture until I begin to feel the divine idea of prosperity take root in my consciousness. I practice responsible stewardship of my material resources, and I place my trust in God and rely upon spiritual truth to feel the fullness of my prosperity. I affirm, I am prosperous. But the meek shall inherit the land and delight themselves in abundant prosperity, from Psalms chapter 37, verse 11. And now Sarah and Nancy will prepare us for meditation. Is that right? No? Okay. First of all, Claire's going to play us a song.
We're all preparing for meditation here. Today, as I stand open to divinity in me, I choose my name. I choose my name. A name chosen by Spirit and then whispered to my heart. From this day I am awakened to the nature God intended with my name. I write my name silent strength. My name expresses God in me. On this white stone, on this white stone, I write my name. I write my name on a white stone, a stone that means both purity and truth. Inner wisdom, silent strength, my name expresses God in me. On this white stone, on this white stone, I write my name.
So I invite you to sit back, have your white stone and pen near you. For those of you in person, if you do not have one, a stone or marker, please raise your hand so an usher can bring it to you. Anybody right up here? Anyone else? Now for everyone, I invite you to hold your white stone, have your marker nearby through the meditation. But hold off to write on it yet. If you are on Zoom with us and you have not received a holiday packet from us with a white stone and marker, have a piece of paper nearby to write on, and then you can later transfer your word or words to something special. Now everyone sit back and close your eyes if you have not already, and allow yourself to relax. Take several deep breaths and feel the wave of relaxation move through your body. Know that you are calm, serene, and fully relaxed. The month of January is traditionally the time to take stock of where we've been and where we are going. The month, we are told, is named after Janus, the Roman god, with two faces looking in opposite directions, one toward the past, one toward the future. As we reflect upon our personal past, we affirm our desire to release anything that continues to hold us in bondage. As we look toward the future, we focus on our vision, our dream, and we remember that peace is the way, love is the way, faith is the way. We each have the power to overcome and begin anew, because within us we have the divine calling us forth into a new beginning, calling us forth to express our true potential, to realize our dreams. There's a passage from Revelations 2:17 that says, "He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says. I will also give him a white stone with a new name written on it, known only to him who receives it." As you hold your white stone today, know it is quarried from the hills near Jerusalem. A particular company has been making these stones available to Unity churches for many years, and most churches throughout the Unity movement order them for this special ceremony. Unfortunately, we were informed last year the company will no longer be able to make the stones available because of the chaos in Israel. So we bought double last year so we would have enough for today's ceremony. And we will determine the best way to continue with the ceremony a little differently next year. In Unity, we teach Jerusalem means habitation of peace. It is the place of peace within us, where we meet with God. White represents a consciousness that has been purified, and God will give a new name, a new consciousness, as we turn within to this place of peace. In biblical times, those who overcame, who moved forward with faith in the challenges that life presented them, Scripture reports they were given a new name. And today we'll meditate on our new name, which is not actually a name, but a one or two word theme for the coming year. Perhaps the name is faith, or love, or joy, torchbearer, fulfilling purpose, or whatever comes to us. By listening for the still small voice within to tell us, we step up into a new consciousness. Today's Spirit is calling us to rise up out of whatever may be holding us back, to fully commit to expressing all that we are. We free ourselves to live more fully, releasing ourselves from any bondage, any limiting thoughts about ourselves, each other, and our world. The custom in ancient days when a prisoner was released from prisoner bondage was to give him or her a white stone to take with them to show they were free. If you do not have a white stone, envision what I'm saying to those who do. Symbolically, see the stone you hold in your hand now represents your freedom. Feel the smooth stone with your hand and know it represents release from old ways of thinking, old conflicts, any limiting ways of expressing your creative life force and spirit. Let us release the old and rename ourselves as we begin a new era of creating and participating in our own life more consciously. The Spirit of God within us now removes lack and limitation and compulsive habits and behaviors that have held us captive. The Spirit of God within us now removes old images and beliefs about our health and well-being and any fears that keep us from inner peace. Take these words in silently as your own. I am free. I have a clean slate. I choose this moment to begin again. This is a new beginning, a new day, a new opportunity. So begin now to reflect on a new name, a word or words that are the essence of your soul desire for this year. Let it come to you easily without trying to make it happen. Let a name, a word or two come that marks your new beginning. But do not write it yet. Imagine or feel the stone in your hand. Hear it beckon to you. Hear or simply know what Spirit has decreed for you to write on the stone. What will your life be called this year? Is it a name? A title? Does it begin with I am? Is it peace or wholeness or love? What is your true name for this year? And take a moment in the silence to let it come forth. And just stay in that silence till I invite you back to write your word. Remain in the meditative state and open your eyes and write your new name on the white stone. And thankfulness flows over us as we receive our word or words for this year. We know along with it comes the power and guidance to achieve all we desire. This is our new name. We see it, we desire it, and move into life with greater insight and awareness, marking a new beginning. And if you would like to, on the edge, you might want to put the date, the year, 2026, so you remember which year you did this. And it was said, I will change your name. You shall no longer be called wounded, outcast, lonely, or afraid. I will change your name. Your new name shall be confidence, joyfulness, overcoming one, faithfulness, friend of God, one who seeks my presence. And we say, thank you, God, for our new name for this year. And so it is. Amen.
Imagine what you want, then get out of the way. Remember, energy follows thought. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you ask for. Make sure it's what you really want, 'cause your mind is made for thinking. Energy follows thought. Your mind is in control, even when you do not know. So if you let it idle, there's no telling where it'll go. Whenever you are sleeping and your dreams take you away, just go on with your dreaming. Listen to what they say. And if you hear spirit talking, well, that wisdom can't be bought. Just apply it to your thinking, 'cause energy follows thought. Your mind is in control, even when you do not know. And if you let it idle, there's no telling where it'll go. So imagine what you want, then get out of the way. Remember, energy follows thought. Be careful what you say. Energy follows thought. Be careful what you say. Careful what you say.
Thank you, Claire. Well, I hope you all had a happy New Year's Eve and day to follow. One man had an interesting New Year's Day. He opened the morning newspaper and he was dumbfounded to read in the obituary column that he had died. He quickly phones his best friend, Finney, forgive my lack of an Irish accent here. "Did you see the paper?" asked Gallagher. "They said I died." "Yes, I saw it," replied Finney. "Where are ye calling from?" The White Stone ceremony, as we practiced it today, has its roots in ancient customs and spiritual texts, including the book of Revelation, which speaks of a new name written on a white stone that only the recipient knows. This is more than just a ritual. It's a declaration of our soul's unique intention for the coming year. That name we chose is our internal compass, our clear vision. Do you remember the year at the Rose Parade when a beautiful, massive float suddenly sputtered and died? The irony was the float was sponsored by the Standard Oil Company. It had vast resources, but the float just ran out of gas. We often have clear vision in terms of goals, but we may run out of spiritual gas because we rely on human willpower instead of divine power. Clear vision requires a fresh application of truth every single day, not just on Sunday morning. We move beyond resolutions and into intentions, coming more from the soul's purpose than the ego's desires. So let us explore this idea of clear vision through the lens of a few Bible stories, a few universal tales, and a touch of humor, reminding us the spiritual journey is meant to be joyful. One powerful story comes from the book of Exodus with the Israelites in the wilderness. They were physically free from bondage, but mentally enslaved by their old ways of thinking, hungry and complaining. They lacked vision for their new reality. And in response to their need, the divine provided manna from heaven. The physical story describes a literal edible substance that appeared each morning. And metaphysically, however, manna represents the daily supply of divine consciousness available to us when we shift our focus from scarcity to abundance. So the instructions given were specific. Gather only what you need for that day. If you gathered more, it would spoil. This is a lesson in maintaining a clear vision rooted in the present moment, trusting the universe to provide our daily needs. It's about releasing anxiety about tomorrow and the regrets of yesterday. Our clear vision for the year does not require us to have the entire roadmap, only clarity for the next step. Humorously, can you imagine the Israelites trying to store the manna in early Hebrew Tupperware? I mean, the lesson is clear. You cannot store divine flow in the container of an old mindset. It simply does not fit. In Genesis 32:22, Jacob wrestles with an angel until daybreak and receives a new name. In his earlier years, you may remember, Jacob stole the birthright from his brother Esau, and he fled to the land of Haran and the protection of his uncle Laban. And there he married two of Laban's daughters and several of their maids at their request, actually. And then he gathered for the next 21 years a large family. He created a large family, gathered many animals and flocks, and created his wealth, essentially. And at the end of the 21 years, he decided he was going to take everything he owned and return and face his brother Esau and see if they could reconcile. And so he gathered his family together, he gathered all his flocks, and they started on their journey back to his home. And along the way, news came to him that his brother Esau was still at a distance, but coming toward him with a great army. So he grew afraid, and he went off on his own, and he contemplated and prayed, and an angel came to him. And he wrestled with the angel the entire night until the break of day. And as the angel saw the dawn approaching, he asked Jacob to release him. But Jacob refused. And he said he would not release him until the angel gave him a blessing. And so the angel said to him, your name will no longer be called Jacob, but Israel. For you have struggled with God and men, and you have prevailed. You know, one meaning of Israel is one who contends. But a more metaphysical interpretation is this. Comes from Isis, meaning mother. Ra means father. And El is from Elohim, meaning God. So the word means mother, father, God, which is to say Jacob found his true name, his true authentic self. And when he finally goes to meet his brother Esau, they embrace and they weep together, and all is forgiven. And this is owning the shadow within, that which we have rejected, thus making his wholeness complete. And with it comes a new name or new consciousness and greater clarity or clear vision, we could say. In our life journeys, we often struggle, or we can say wrestle. And it behooves us to hang on with persistence whenever we are wrestling with something until we gain the blessing and the clear vision that comes. Beyond the biblical narrative, universal stories across all cultures emphasize true clarity as an internal process. There's an Indian fable about multiple men who are blindfolded. Some of the fables say they're blind, others say they're blindfolded, but they touch different parts of an elephant, a trunk, a tusk, a side. Each believes they understand the whole beast just based on their very limited part of the elephant they touch, their limited encounter. And the story serves as a reminder, no single person sees the entire picture. And that collective understanding requires humility and listening. There's another of Aesop's fables about a stag who admires his beautiful antlers in a spring, but he's very ashamed of his spindly legs. And when a predator attacks, his legs save him, but his antlers get caught in the branches. He realizes too late that he undervalued his greatest asset because he was focused on superficial beauty. He gained clear vision and a deeper appreciation for his authentic self. The hero's journey in mythology often involves the hero having to go blind or having to enter darkness to gain a new form of sight. Going into the darkness is a metaphor for facing Esau, for example, our shadow side, that part of ourself we are generally unwilling to look at. Consider the classic story of the oracle at Delphi, where the central maxim was, know thyself. King Croesus seeks guidance as to whether he should attack the Persian Empire. He asked the oracle, and the oracle offered guidance that if he crossed the river, a great empire would be destroyed. He took it to mean his attack would be successful, but instead he was utterly defeated, and his people were ultimately absorbed into the Persian Empire. He was ego-driven and did not know himself or realize that his empire would be the one destroyed. The responsibility of interpreting guidance with wisdom and clarity of vision rests entirely on the person who receives it. This is the essence of a clear vision. It is not about predicting the future, but about understanding our own true nature and potential. Our new name, written on the white stone, is a step in knowing the self. It's a commitment to live in alignment with our higher self, the divine essence within us that already holds the clear vision. How do we maintain this clarity in a world filled with noise and distraction? First, embrace the humor in the human condition. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and sometimes that experience is messy and absurd. Don't take every misstep so seriously. A light heart keeps our vision clear, and laughter is the fastest way to realign with joy. Speaking of laughter, so I'm going to talk about some drinking here. I will say just in advance that, drinking, overdoing it is not funny and gives a lot of people grief. But it is important that we're able to laugh at our dark side. So an Irish priest is driving down to New York, and he gets stopped for speeding in Connecticut. The state trooper smells alcohol on the priest's breath, and he sees an empty wine bottle on the floor of the car, and he says, "Sir, have you been drinking?" "Just water," says the priest. Trooper says, "Why do I smell wine then?" The priest looks at the bottle and says, "Good Lord, he's done it again." Turned water into wine. Imagine that. I have one more for you. Walking into the bar, Mike said to Charlie, the bartender, "Pour me a stiff one. Just had another fight with a little woman." "Oh, yeah," said Charlie, "and how did this one end?" "Well, when it was over," Mike replied, "she came to me on her hands and knees." "Really?" said Charles. "Now that's a switch. What did she say?" "Well, she said, 'Come out from under the bed, you little chicken.'" Remember to lighten up, to laugh, and have fun. How do we hold on to clarity and clear vision in a world of noise and distraction? Well, first, as just mentioned, embrace the humor in the human condition. Second, practice daily spiritual hygiene. Just as we brush our teeth and shower, we must cleanse our minds of the stale manna of negative thoughts and limitations. Meditation, prayer, and quiet reflection are powerful tools for letting go and maintaining clear vision as we connect with the divine flow. Think of 4 words to describe your intention for 2026. It could be a simple starting point anyway. I had these polished stones with a word on each, and I sent 4 of them to my son Justin and family in Minot, North Dakota, along with their other Christmas gifts this past few weeks. And we were FaceTiming on Christmas Eve so I could see them open their gifts. And I had put the stones in a little bag with a note that said, "Close your eyes and pick 1 each." And so Justin, my son, got the word strength. And with two teenage sons there, he began bragging that he was the strongest. And Beth, my daughter-in-law, got the word wealth, and she quietly smiled. And Ethan, the 16-year-old, got the word courage. And that seemed fitting. He's very involved in most sports. And Dylan, who just turned 18, got the word happiness. But he was not too happy with happiness. He wanted wealth because he's saving up to buy a new car. So his 16-year-old brother, Ethan, had to educate him. He said, Dylan, your happiness is your wealth. So it was just fun for me seeing how those 4 words worked for them and what it called forth. And there's something amazing about doing that, taking 4 words sometimes. So take a little time. Imagine 4 words or phrases depicting your intention for 2026. Your clear vision. This is different than your white stone word or words. You'll describe the 4 words, then creating more detail. For example, say your words are health, joy, family, friends. Then get more specific in the form of an affirmation. So like, for example, I give thanks that 2026 brings me excellent health. I give thanks I'm perpetually joyful, or that my life is filled with family and friends, and many visits from them or with them this year. Give it a try. It's an easy way to call forth your intentions and set affirmations for them. As we step into this new year, I invite you to hold the vision of your white stone close to your heart. The name you choose is a seed of your highest potential. Nurture it with trust, humor, and daily practice. Our clear vision is not about achieving a distant goal as much as it is about being the person we were created to be right here and right now. Trust the daily manna of inspiration. Laugh at the journey's funny moments and know you were perfectly equipped for this unfolding adventure. May your vision be clear, your heart be open, and your journey be filled with joy. God bless you. Thank you.
This is actually 2 songs in one. I do that every once in a while. I can't help myself. Here comes the sun, and I can see clearly now, because that's what we need to do, is see clearly. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. But here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. And little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. But here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. And I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Gonna be a bright, bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. 'Cause here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright. It's alright.
Okay, thank you very much, Claire. I like the fact that you removed all the obstacles. It's going to cut into my chance for humor, but we'll work on that. Anyway, it's the time that we bless our offering. So please join me to say the blessing, offering blessing. Divine love flowing through me now blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful. And now Claire will play us an offering song.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you, Claire. And now we have announcements. Our prayer chaplain for today is Wendy Erickson, and she's here. So please contact her after the service and share her prayers with her. She'll share the prayers with you. The new annual theme is a year of spiritual nourishment, and the January theme is purpose, which fits right in with today's Sunday lesson, clear vision. There will be drumming with Carl Schlotterbeck today at 12:15. This is, he canceled it last week because of the weather. Was it the weather?
Yes.
Okay. So he's going to be here this afternoon. If there are those of you that want to join in a drumming ceremony and rattles, if you have your rattles, that works too. Okay, this coming Friday, January 9th at 7 p.m., Zoom only, will be the 12 Powers service with Reverend Kathy and Rhonda Italiano. The link for that is given here. And if you have any question about that, you can always go online and look for it, and or ask Brandy, who's here in the back of the sanctuary today. So find out your power for the year. Next Sunday, no, not next Sunday, Sunday, January 18th, there'll be a membership class. This doesn't happen that often, maybe once a year. Reverend Kathy and Rhonda Italiano will be helping anybody who's curious about joining Unity North. So let them know if you're interested and if you haven't already. And join them in person for this informative class. And there's also going to be a book study starting Monday, January 19th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Zoom. And once again, Rhonda Italiano is going to be at busy teaching. She's going to lead us in just reading the book or talking about the book, Discover Your Divinity. It's co-authored by Linda Martella Winsett, who's a great author. You go to unitynorthmn.org/discover your divinity to register for that class. And you will find a link to get the book then as well. And you're going to talk about family table too, Kathleen? Or do you want me? Yeah? All right. Let's give Kathleen a hand. She's got a couple announcements.
Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year to you all. So January, it begins. Family table, fourth Thursday, January 22nd. It will be scalloped potatoes and ham. Sign-up sheet is in the narthex. I just need to know whether you want to come to help prep, serve, clean up, or even pre-prep, cook before that Thursday. I don't know if it's on the list there, but my next announcement is also Family Promise is coming up in first Sunday in February. So just get your thinking caps on. Our hospitality is personal hygiene items. So if you think about anything that families could use about personal hygiene, that is what is welcomed. I will have sign-up sheet on the table in the narthex as well. And then I have a special team coming up to announce something really cool.
Thanks, Kathleen. We have our second annual chili cook-off coming up in 4 weeks. This is the first time that we're going to have online attendees be participating. How this will work is that online attendees will submit a recipe to a willing in-person participant, and the in-person participant will make the recipe and have people taste it. How this will work is that the sign-up sheet is in the narthex, so sign up to make your chili. And then, what else? Let's see. 6 cups to taste, 6 small cups for chili is $5, and this is a youth fundraiser. Or you can get 1 big bowl of chili for $5. Winners are determined by votes, and you submit your top 3 chilies. Anything else? It's just the last Sunday of January on the 25th. See you guys there.
All right. So if you haven't participated in the chili cook-off last year, trust me, it was a lot of fun. So be sure to put it on your calendar. Yeah, be there and be hungry. There'll be a lot of chili to eat. So now if you join me for the affirmation slide. Yes. Centered in prayerful intention, we give thanks for an overflowing abundance of spiritual awakening, prosperity, new members, and children for Unity North Spiritual Center. And now Reverend Kathy will lead us in a prayer for protection.
Thank you, Noel. First, let's give everyone a hand for Noel. Thank you. For Brandy and Martha for all you did today. And Claire, I loved your music. I love how you combined songs. That was awesome. Let's give her a hand. So I invite you to stand for our prayer for protection and our peace song. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment